This video is on quadratics review. We're going to be writing the quadratic function from the description or graph in the form specified. So first example, it says given the points 4, 0, negative 8, 0, and negative 10, negative 36 in intercept form. So we're going to be writing it in intercept form, which is that y equals a parentheses x minus m parentheses x minus n. So whenever we write a quadratic function, we have y and x in our answer, but everything, in order to find all the information, we have to know what all of these letters are. So I'm going to write out, for intercept form, we want our x-intercepts, which are our m and n. M equals n equals. But we'll also need an x and a y, so x equals y equals, and we need to figure out our a. So coming from the coordinates, your x-intercepts are when the y is equal to 0. So we have that y equals 0 here, and that y equals 0 here. Those are our x-intercepts. So our m is 4, and our n is negative 8. We have another coordinate, which is this negative 10 and negative 36. That's just a random x and y coordinate. So I can say x is negative 10 and y is negative 36. But notice there are no other numbers in the problem, so I don't know what the a value is. That's what we have to figure out. So I have 5 letters up here, and I'm only missing 1. So I can plug in numbers to find that one missing value. So if I start plugging these numbers in, my y value is negative 36. I have negative 36 equals. The a, I don't know, so I'm going to put a, parentheses. The x value is that negative 10, minus m. So m is 4, so I'm going to minus 4 from that, parentheses. X is negative 10 again, minus that n is negative 8, so minus negative 8 is really plus 8. And that's put everything in there. So now I'm just going to simplify. I have negative 36 equals a times negative 10 minus 4 is negative 14, parentheses. Negative 10 plus 8 is negative 2, parentheses. And I need to multiply. So negative 14 times negative 2. So I have negative 36 equals a times 28. And I still need to get a by itself, so I'm going to divide by that 28 on both sides. Make sure you do divide this correctly and use your calculator. That a value will equal, so negative 36 divided by 28, hit math, enter, enter, you'll get negative 9 over 7. So we have negative 9 over 7. Now that we have all of the pieces, we can put this back into actual intercept form, writing the actual function. Functions will have y and x in your answer. So we're going to have the letters of y and x. Those will not be numbers. So y will be a letter, equals. A will be a number. So we have that negative 9 over 7, parentheses. X is going to be a letter, minus m, so that's going to be minus 4, parentheses, parentheses. X is going to be a letter, minus n, so that's going to be minus that negative 8, that'll be plus 8. That is our function in intercept form. On the next one, we are given the vertex is at 4, 1, and the y-intercept is at 9. We want to write it in vertex form. Vertex form is that y equals a parentheses x minus h parentheses squared plus k. So this time we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 letters as well. Our h and k, h equals, k equals. We also have an x and a y. And we also have an a. So the H and K is your vertex, and we're told what our vertex is at 4, 1. So the H is the X part of our vertex, just like X comes before Y, H comes before K. And you see how the H is with the X? So the H is our 4, and our K is our 1. Then we're given another piece of information. We're given the y-intercept is at 9. That's only one number, but we know that a y-intercept is actually 0, comma, a number, so 0, 9. That means that our x value, since it's a random coordinate, is 0, and our y value is 9. We do not have our a, and that's what we have to find. So plugging it into this format, we have our y value is 9 equals a parentheses, x is 0. We're going to minus the h, so minus 4, parentheses squared. Then we're going to add that k, so add that 1. Now what we're going to do first, automatically, is subtract that 1 to the other side, because we don't want it over there. So we're going to subtract the 1. So we'll have 8 equals a parentheses. Then 0 minus 4 is negative 4 squared. So we'll have 8 equals negative 4 squared is a positive 16, so we'll have 16 times a. We'll divide both sides by 16 to get a by itself. So a will equal to a 1/2. Now that we have all 5 numbers, we can write our final answer. Remember, x and y will be letters. So coming back up to here, y is going to be a letter, equals, a is that 1/2, parentheses, x is going to be a letter. We're going to minus h, so we're going to minus 4, parentheses, squared. We're going to add that k value, so that's plus that 1 value. This is vertex form with a vertex of 4, 1 and the y-intercept of 0, 9. This last one, we want to write it in standard form, but we're given the graph. It does not tell us the vertex or the x-intercepts in the description, but it does give them to us. So it depends on which format you would like to use. If you have to put it into standard form, you can only put it into intercept form or vertex form first, then you would distribute. A lot of times, distributing is easier if you're using intercept form. So let's go with our x-intercepts first. So let's put it in intercept form first and then into standard form by distributing. So on here, I'm going to zoom in on the graph. Let's put it into intercept form first. So y equals a parentheses x minus m, x minus n. Let's do that one first. So we need our m equals, n equals, x equals, y equals, and a equals. So our x-intercepts are at negative 1, 0, so m is going to be negative 1. And we also have it at 1, 2, 3, 0. So our n value is going to be 3. Now the x and y is going to be another coordinate that we can easily find. So this coordinate right here is not easily found. We can use this coordinate because you see how it's going through the corner. We can use that one. We can use the vertex if we wanted to. That coordinate is easily found. This coordinate, we could potentially use this coordinate down here, but might not want to because I'm not sure if it goes through the corner. So we have we have 3 that we could probably choose from. I'm just going to go with this one because I can see that it's definitely going through that corner. So this coordinate is at 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the x is at 1 and the y is at 4. We do not know the a. So that's what we're going to find. So again, we have the y is the 4 equals, we don't know the a, parentheses, x is 1, minus m, which so minus the negative 1 is really plus 1, parentheses, parentheses, x is 1, minus 3. So we're going to fix this, we're going to have 4 equals a times 1 plus 1 is 2. 1 minus 3 is negative 2. So we'll have 4 equals 2 times negative 2 is negative 4, so we'll have negative 4a. We'll divide by that negative 4. 4 divided by negative 4 is negative 1, so a is equal to negative 1. So we're going to write this real quick in intercept form with y and x in it, and then we're going to distribute it. So we'll have y equals, so it's a letter, a is negative 1, parentheses, x is a letter, minus negative 1, so that's plus 1, parentheses, parentheses, x is a letter, minus n, so minus 3. So this is an intercept form, but that's not what we want. We want standard form. So we're going to take this part we have here, and we're going to distribute it. So we're going to have that negative 1, parentheses, x plus 1, parentheses, parentheses, x minus 3. We're going to distribute the parentheses first. So we'll have negative 1, parentheses, x squared minus 3x plus 1x minus 3. So we'll have negative 1, parentheses, because that stays on the outside, x squared minus 2x, because these two will go together, minus 3. Now we're going to distribute that negative 1, and we'll have our final answer. So y will equal negative 1 times x squared is negative x squared. Negative 1 times negative 2x is positive 2x. And negative 1 times negative 3 is a positive 3. This is now in standard form. We had to get it into, we got it into intercept form here, but we could have put it into vertex form first and then distributed. But this one we would have had to have distributed more. So you find either intercept form or vertex form first, then you distribute to get to standard form. So this is our final answer. This is the equation of that graph in standard form.